You are listening to the Gamer's Guide to the Universe podcast, episode number 1. I had a few space puns in mind, but I just need some time to plan it. Hey everybody, Nichelle and Loren here. Welcome to the Gamer's Guide to the Universe podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We want to thank you for coming. Our podcast is produced every Friday for your enjoyment, and show notes can be found in the description box below. Come back often and feel free to give the podcast a thumbs up and subscribe for updates on new releases. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at GG2Universe, that is at GG2Universe. All links are of course provided in the show notes below. Now, let's go ahead and jump into our show. Our first segment is what we like to call our recently played. It's what we've been recently playing. And we're going to start with Loren, and she'll go ahead and tell us all about her most recently played games.
Well, I really haven't been playing a whole lot.
Shame.
I know, it's terrible. But the only game I really have been playing is 7 Days to Die. And it's a blast. It's one of those type of games that never really gets old, because there's always new things to do, or different ways of going about doing the same thing. But if you don't know what 7 Days to Die is, it's basically Minecraft for adults. And you basically get thrown into this world, and it's a survival game, zombie survival game, and you can build, different bases and houses and stuff. And the whole catch is every 7 days, this, crazy strong zombie horde is sent to, attack you, and you have to fight them off, and you get all kinds of cool loot and stuff at the end of it. But it's a fun game.
Oh.
But yeah, that's literally the only game I've been playing lately. It's terrible, I know.
What have you been doing in it? What's your goal been?
I'm addicted to looting, so I just, go around houses and, find all the cool stuff in them. My base is terrible. I'm really bad at building. Chris is the builder. I'm just really bad at it. And I don't know, I've just been trying to learn the game more, because up to this point, I haven't really gotten to play a whole bunch of it. So I've just been kind of exploring. Our goal, once we get our new PCs, is we're going to get our own server, so that we can play together on, basically not on our connection, on somebody else's connection. So,
yeah,
I just want to kind of learn.
That's what we plan on doing with our old PC, is turning it into a server. My husband and his brother want to create an Ark survival, I think it is.
Yeah, that game
server.
Looks pretty fun.
I've played it a little bit. It's not too bad. It kind of depends on, what server you join sometimes. Right. All the servers I've joined have been, really dead for the most part. There'll be people, but, I never run into them.
Huh.
And, I'll, see structures that other people have built that are decaying, but I think one time I did jump into a server, and I, kept getting, killed or something. It's, one of those, you either have a bunch of, high-level jerks kind of thing, or everyone's, collaborative. So I like to play with my husband and his brother more than I like to play on the random server.
Right, that's what Chris and I's goal is we just basically want to play with each other.
Yeah.
But
that's what I know, right?
But, and then, if you end up getting the game, of course you can come on the server and we won't be jerks.
I looked at it, but the horror genre just, kind of isn't, it looks like a horror genre.
It really isn't that bad. A lot of people say, they would never be interested in a horror game, but they play 7 Days to Die. But, I don't know.
I'll have to watch some gameplay of it to kind of, make that kind of informed decision. But I've also been, as you're about to find out, on a buying game spree.
Well, I will, I'll let you know the name of the one guy that I watch. He streams this game.
Kismet,
I think. Kismet.
Well, you share every single tweet he ever posts, so it shows up literally on my desktop.
Oh, yeah. I retweet his when he goes live, because I'm one of his mods in his chat, so...
His mods,
yeah. So I retweet to help him out, but...
I have to find that setting and turn it off, because it's really shows up on my
That's funny. But yeah, if you want to see that game, he's a good one to watch, because He's I don't know, he has a good stream.
And then I can come torture you and like troll your mod stream.
Oh no.
I mean, you know me. That's likely to.
Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, that's the only game I've been playing. I mean, there's probably gonna be some games that I want to play soon, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe is that thing? Like, do you have a game or games you're looking forward to?
Well, I am looking forward to the new Madden, which I think comes out next month. Which I know sports games, a lot of people don't like them.
It's a niche, just like any other genre.
But I haven't played a Madden in a long time, and the new one, they actually announced that there's going to be basically like a campaign mode where you're going to be able to like follow your player from like high school all the way to the pros. So it seems kind of cool. It's just a new way to get people interested, I think. So I'm excited for that.
It does come out next month, August 25th.
I thought so.
That's an initial release date. I don't know if that's all
systems, I think it is, because it usually comes out like right around when football season starts. Oh my gosh, next month is football season. I'm so excited.
Go Bucks or something.
But yeah, and Call of Duty, but we'll talk about that later.
Well, per the usual, I've been playing actually, really, I haven't. I've been playing WoW, but not like I normally do. I know I sent you some of this stuff, like I sent you direct screenshots, but my guild just it's not my personal guild. For clarifications, I'm just a member of this guild. Really great people. They advertise as a casual progression guild, so I kind of didn't know what I was getting into. That's okay. I play Ret Paladin. That's my Retribution Paladin. That's my primary character that I play, my primary tune. And we got hit hard with a nerf, so I went from doing pretty decent DPS, not great. I'm an average player for sure, but I went from doing easily 600-700k to being 300-400 on a good day. I'd be at 500k damage in our raids on normal and heroic. Some fights were worse than others. Those with high mobility were jokes for me. I can't keep my DPS up, so I'd be asked to leave. Okay, I'm mostly okay with that. But the last couple weeks we've been raiding, they've just kind of sucked the fun out of it by being normally they're hey, they'll whisper you and be hey, your DPS is low, or those of us with low DPS will volunteer when we notice that we're hitting that wall in a raid. But there's been a few members of the guild getting verbally upset over our chat system and just kind of being rude to us. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we were raiding and I think we took a break or something, and I finally got to where we were going because I actually physically left the keyboard during that break, so I didn't run just shoot the chute over the headset. Get to where we're going, and I'm hey, I finally arrived, just being sarcastic that I am. And one of the dudes pops in, and he's not like you were missed.
Wow.
And I was oh, okay, whatever. This guy's always kind of a jerk. Told him I wasn't offended. Other people were I'm offended for you. Because, I don't know, he's just who he is. It is what it is. But, we stalled out. I think we were in heroic. We didn't get very far. I don't even know how far we've progressed in heroic, to be completely honest, as far as Tomb of Sargeras bosses go. We've cleared normal. Oh wait, no, it was normal killed Jaden that we were struggling with that night, and I opted to leave, and they said that it wasn't a big deal, that I could stay because it's normal. And I was okay, whatever, my DPS is total junk. But alright, whatever. All the while I'm also messaging one of our other players who kind of feels the same way that I do, and we're just chatting back and forth, and people are getting verbally rude again on the headset. So he and I are talking, and I was so they want to get all upset about us that have the low DPS. I may have been talking to my husband about this too, I'm not really sure, but they want to get upset at those of us with the lowest DPS. The only time I died that night was when we wiped, and that was me jumping off or purposely killing myself. And I died once just standing in the fire. which is standing in the bad, like stuff that I shouldn't have been in. Those are the only times I died. When I was told to wipe because the majority of our team was out, and once because of my error.
Right.
My DPS may not be good, but I stay alive. That's one of the perks of a Ret Paladin. Like, we're able to keep ourselves alive. We have a heal, and we have a kind of massive heal. It returns me to full health. So, like, that in my opinion is a full, like, a amazing heal. But that has a 4-minute cooldown, so you can typically only use it, like, once, maybe twice during a boss, and you probably aren't paying super close attention to that cooldown because you're a DPS, not a healer. But anyway, we have our top DPS that die chronically, like to the point where like they're completely out and we're out of what's called battle reses, where you can resurrect somebody while you're fighting. So I'm like stuck between this, like, I understand my DPS is junk, but I stay alive, and some DPS is better than no DPS.
Right.
Compared to having like top deeps and dying 3, 4, 5 times a fight. So because of those like frustrations and just like struggling, I've taken a step back from playing WoW because I don't really want to deal with people in my guild. So I boosted a druid that I have because I enjoy playing a druid. It's just kind of fun. It's a break for me. It's not serious. Like, I can just kind of like go screw around and it's completely okay.
Nice.
So I've been leveling him, or her rather, and that's been nice. Tomorrow's raid night. We're on a new raid schedule. Fridays are the only day I'll be raiding now. I won't be raiding on Saturday because my DPS is so junk, which might be different which I'll talk about in the news later, because there was a boost to Ret Paladin damage. I didn't see a huge change while I was playing today, but there was some difference. I've also been playing Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a game that I bought when it came out, and I don't even remember when that was, to be honest, and I closed the Steam store. But I want to say it was about a year ago, maybe a year and a half at most. It's $14.99 on Steam, which I swear is way more than I paid for it, but it's totally worth that $15. I have almost 200 hours played on it.
Jeesh.
Yeah. The little description for Stardew Valley is you've inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley. Armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins, you set out to begin your new life. Can you learn to live off the land and turn these overgrown fields into a thriving home? It's a farming simulation game, kind of. It's an indie 8-bit style, so it's kind of like nostalgic if you played games when we were children.
Is that the one that, like, it almost looks like the old Game Boy version of Pokemon?
Potentially.
I think I've seen it.
It's a lot of fun. I've played it. Like I said, I literally have almost 200 hours on it, which isn't a ton. Like, there are definitely people that have way more than that. I've never finished it. Different things, like, my old laptop died, so my save file on there is gone, because even though you have Steam, I don't know if there's, like, a Steam cloud to save your stuff to, so it was saved to the hard drive, so that's gone, because I didn't even try and salvage the hard drive. I have another save file on our PC, so I just recently installed it on the laptop, so I started over
Oh my gosh. Again. And yeah, it is the one that I was thinking of. I love it.
Okay. I love it. It's super chill. Like, it's definitely like after dinner or after a long day of work where you just don't want to play with other people. I really like it. I'm trying to 100% the game, which I have no life, so that might happen. You have to play 2 different save files to 100% it, because there's 2 different storylines at the moment. Supposedly, he's supposed to be, the developers, the he in this case, is supposed to be coming out with a multiplayer, but I swear they've been saying that for the longest time. So I don't even know if that'll happen. What got me back into playing Stardew Valley was stumbling across a video of somebody playing Yoder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles, which that's a lot of alliteration there. I have some stuff to say about this game. The description reads, Jamea maintains the appearance of paradise, yet an evil murk has enshrouded the land and its people in despair. As the hero of Yonder, you will explore Jamea and uncover the island's secrets and mysteries within yourself. It is 3D graphics. They are definitely better than Stardew Valley. There's no question about that. The atmosphere is absolutely beautiful for its cartoony look. The graphics of the people are kind of weird, but the animals are like just freaking adorable. Like there's this rabbit that's just like this giant circle of floofiness. It's just disgustingly cute, and you're like, oh my god. And I've actually been enjoying playing this, but the game costs $24.99. I got it on sale for $19.99. I saved $5. Whoopie-doo.
Right.
But when I was writing my notes for today that I thought like it said basically $25, I was like, I did not spend that much money on this game. Went and looked at my receipt, saw it was like $5 less, and I was like, I still don't know if it's worth that.
I hate when that happens.
It's a great game. It's fun. It's similar to Stardew Valley. There's a farming element. There's a trading element. There's this crafting element. Like, there's all of that stuff in it, and that's all stuff I enjoy in very open sandbox games. There's a quest line, the storyline, just like Stardew Valley has a storyline. This one's a little, Yonder, in comparison to Stardew Valley, Yonder has a more detailed storyline. You can finish the main quest in less than 2 hours.
Oh, I hate when games are over that quick like that.
And that's where my upsetness, I guess, comes. Is you're asking people to pay $25, which that's like, it's not expensive for a game. Most console games are like, what, $60 now? So like, it's less than that. But $25
for 2 hours,
for 2 hours, that's I can go see a movie for well under half that price.
Right.
For about the same amount of time. If I go by myself, I can get some nice snacks and like all kinds of stuff from the concession for $25. But I don't know, like that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm hoping that this is a game that'll continually be updated and stuff will be added because it does have that potential. That would be awesome. Some of the stuff's a little clunky, but it's not bad. I just kind of wish it wasn't as expensive as it is.
$25 for a 2-hour game. That's crazy.
Yeah. I did, like, when I bought it, like, I found Yonder because some of the people I watch on YouTube were starting to play it. And I was like, or I, like, stumbled across it, one of the two, but I found it on YouTube. Watched a gameplay video of it, and I was like, oh, this looks so awesome that I went and bought the game. So at the time, I was like, oh, $20, whatever. And then writing this is where I actually started really thinking about the price and if I thought it was worth the price.
Right.
And right now, I just don't.
Yeah, that's the worst. Like replayability especially is a big thing with me. Like, I want to be able to get my money out, what my money's worth.
That's another thing. I don't know if there's much replay value because the map's always the same. The quest line's always going to be the same. In Stardew Valley, like, it's kind of repetitive as well. But because their storyline is so much more open, like, you're basically, like, you're trying to restore the community center through either doing it the community center route, I guess, or doing it with a different corporation. Those are your two storylines.
Huh.
You either fill some bundles with some items, or you buy the bundles. And there's a certain number of bundles. I don't remember offhand how many there are. There's actually quite a few. You just choose, do you want to go the money-making route to pay for it, or do you want to, like, do it the with items route? And then your other parts of the storyline have to do with your individual characters that are in the town, and there's, like, 20 some of those. So, like, there is, like, some replayability in Stardew Valley because it's such a large game in comparison. For some people, there's going to be no replay value
right.
if you're not interested in the social aspect. I'm not really big into Stardew Valley's social aspect, their relationship building aspect. I find it really tedious and uninteresting, and I just don't like it. I just do it to see what the storyline is. For me, it's more of a punishment than anything.
Gotcha.
To be completely honest. Yonder, I'm a little annoyed at it. The price just kind of rubs me wrong for some reason, which is not particularly typical. Sorry, I had to get a drink, and apparently I choked in the process.
Oh.
That hurt. The other game that I've been playing, which I just started today, so very little to say on this one, is Kingsway OS. It's also available on Steam. It's much cheaper, $9.99. I actually think with how much I've played it so far that might be a very good value, to be completely honest. The description for this game really just kind of explains what the game looks like and is. Kingsway is the #1 operating system for daily tasks, such as skeleton smashing and loot organizing. Trouble sorting through all of your potions and swords? Don't worry. Kingsway can help you manage, and with an easy-to-use interface, you'll have time left over for a peaceful stroll through the underworld. So, you open this game, and it looks like Windows 98.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screenshots on Google right now. I was curious.
Yeah, you open it and it's a retro 98, 95-esque operating system. So it walks you through a pretty decent tutorial after you create your avatar character, and you have to open windows for everything. So the map is a window, each of your bags is a different window, your skills and items are a different window, your stats are a different window, your current health and magic, I'm playing a mage so I have magic, are a different window. When you encounter something to fight, one or more windows opens. And it does the window for the they're not bosses, but like whatever you're fighting, I guess. There are bosses, which is why I was trying to distinguish. I have not encountered a boss, so I don't know what that looks like yet. But the people you're attacking, it bounces or slides around your screen.
Oh, jeez.
And the more difficult the boss is, the faster it moves, I would assume. And you have to like manually click like attack. So that's like the quote-unquote challenge of it, is the movement of the box. So you have to like follow along to click the attack button.
Wow.
It's just like mildly ridiculous. It's presented, because it is that Windows 95, 98 feel, it's kind of got that storybook or a lot of reading kind of thing going on. I don't know. I just really like it. I showed my husband after he got home from work today, and he sat for like half an hour watching me because like it's like just that kind of interesting.
That sounds scary, like something that you could get addicted to easily.
Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. I just started playing it today. I probably have like an hour or two on it.
Well, when I was looking at the screenshots, I saw that it was made by Adult Swim Games.
Yes, which surprised me for
I didn't even know that was a thing, first of all.
Yeah, they have all kinds of games. Like, they have some, like, unicorn, rainbow, ridiculous thing. They have phone games, too, which I know you like.
I do.
Yeah, they have, here, I'll look up their mobile.
So I'm about to look at the App Store right now.
Yeah, they have a Robot Unicorn Attack 3. That's what it is.
Amateur Surgeon 4.
Yeah. Peter Panic, Pocket Morty's, Zombocalypse, Monster Ate My Metropolis.
Oh my gosh.
Like, they actually have a lot more than I thought they did, but yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
That's interesting.
But that's all I've been playing. I don't know if there's any games I'm looking forward to be completely honest. Haven't really looked at upcoming games. I go back to work tomorrow, actually. I have a all-day meeting.
Ugh.
Yippee skippy.
Yuck.
At least it's in an air-conditioned office building.
Well, yeah, that's true. Air conditioning is nice.
It's at the district office. So, because it's at district... Okay, so... This has nothing to do with our show, but whatever, I will leave it in. where my school, the building next to my building on the same campus is the district office.
Huh.
Guess who has air conditioning and guess who does not?
Well, of course.
Our intermediate, the only classrooms that are air conditioned are the library and the computer labs, which the computer labs need AC,
Right,
don't get me
yeah.
wrong. And then district office. The entirety of district office, a 3-floor, I think they have like a building and a half or 2 buildings, are all air conditioned.
That's crazy.
Oh, and our office, our admin get air conditioning.
Man, I couldn't
I
imagine.
always forget about them. Yep.
I mean, even
90% humidity, 90 degrees, August, fantastic. We get a lot done the first month of
Oh,
school.
yeah.
Absolutely. I should have 3 new fans installed in my classroom, though. Should. I requested them, so hopefully I get them.
That's terrible.
Especially since I got moved to the bottom floor. There's not as much wind on the bottom as there is the third.
Wow.
It is what it is. Like, it's a very common thing here. Apparently it's like only our island, though, because when I was talking to like people on Big Island, they were like, yeah, we hear that that's a really big issue. Like, we have AC here.
That's so weird.
And I was like, what? Like, Big Island, the remote schools have AC, and
yours don't.
our suburban schools don't?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
Is it like a funding type thing, I wonder?
Part of it's funding. Our island specifically, the priority is the leeward side of the island because it does get hotter over there, which is fine. I totally support that decision. The issue is a lot of our school buildings are very, very old. Like, we're talking like built in the 60s. So the electrical has not probably been updated.
Oh, sketchy.
And I'm pretty sure my building, specifically like my campus, is older than that because one of our buildings has the sign on it for an armory. So I think it was part of the old Marine Corps.
Huh. Well, that's it for our recently played section. If you guys have any questions or comments, or if you have any suggestions of games that we should be playing, just let us know. You can send us an email, contact us on social media, or leave a comment down below. All links are provided in our show notes. This next section is what we're going to be calling our news reactions. Basically, it is just going to be us talking about any kind of like updates or news in the games that we enjoy playing. So, Nichelle, take it away.
So I was telling you about Fortnite and how I was really excited about it, right?
Right, and I actually was watching a live streamer play it because you had well, first of all, I couldn't remember why I knew what that game was, and then I'm like, it
Okay.
clicked today when we were talking. It clicked that you were the one that told me about it.
Oh, okay.
And
So what did you think while you were watching it?
I only watched it for a couple minutes. It looked alright. It was different. It was like the graphics reminded me of Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me, it was almost like they were trying to do like a 7 Days to Die type gameplay.
Kind of, yeah.
But I don't know. It'd be one of those games I'd have to actually play to see if I liked it or not.
Well, let's see if you want to play it after I get done.
No.
So, for those of you that don't know, Fortnite is a game created by Epic Games. There's been some other people involved and that have come and gone throughout its development since like 2011-ish. Yeah. Basically, you have a team of heroes. They all have different roles, just like any other game. And you explore your surroundings to find crafting materials to build your own fort so that you can protect yourself from the zombie-like creatures. It's kind of a mix between a tower defense, crafting, scavengers, zombie survival type game. But it doesn't seem like it anyway, to be very horror-centered. Like, the graphics are very cutesy, they're adorable, basically.
Right.
Yeah. You can buy, it just went from closed alpha to paid beta, and you can buy the standard edition for $39.99. This released around my birthday, so maybe the 21st-ish of July. But Fortnite is a free-to-play action-building game created by Epic Games.
Wait, so how does that work?
This game has the intention of releasing at its full release as a free-to-play game. So that's only part of the controversy.
So they're charging people to play it before the actual game comes out.
Yes. And I actually, my opinion on that is going to be very interesting based on how I introduce this. It's probably going to be opposite of what you're anticipating. But that is one of the parts of the controversy, and we're going to start there.
Okay.
It's a paid beta, which has some pros, and it definitely has some cons. The cons are pretty obvious. Not a lot of people are going to want to pay for a beta, especially starting at $40.
Yeah.
You're talking about a game that is easily researched to have been starting development. I'm pretty sure it was 2011. That's 6 years ago. We all know games take forever, but we also know right now that everyone and their mother releases, or it seems that way, releases a open or a beta of some kind that's paid or not paid. And a lot of them don't leave. And Epic Games has games that still have not left beta stage.
Wow.
There's pros and cons there as well. Your 7 Days to Die is technically still in beta, but they're constantly updating new content.
Yeah, it's an alpha.
That's kind of alpha.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
okay.
And it's a paid alpha, right?
Yeah, you pay for the game, but they never have advertised it as anything other than that. You basically...
Yeah, well, that is true. That it will probably always be a paid game. That does make a difference, I will admit. So the cons are that you probably don't have a large sample size for feedback, especially at $40. That's a con.
Yeah.
You're not going to get as much feedback because not as many people are going to want to pay.
Right.
Pro side, you're going to have more dedicated people to provide you feedback because they've invested into the game, in theory.
Right.
I think that's... In short, I'm glad that I haven't paid for this beta at this point. This is a game I was hyped about.
Right.
I sent it to my brother-in-law, my husband showed it to me, I think, or I showed it to him, whatever.
You told me about it.
And I told, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get all my friends to play it, and, we can, do it together, all that kind of stuff. I was super jazzed about it, which I don't normally get jazzed about a lot of games, because I'm kind of really picky. But that's only part of the controversy. How do you feel about a game that is advertising itself to be free to play, having a $40 beta?
That's crazy. I don't even... Beta is supposed to be... Sorry, I was trying to collect my thoughts. Because that's irritating. A beta is supposed to be, the community helping you out to tell you what is wrong with your game or what needs fixed or what they like about it. But I feel like they are just... I don't know, they're basically just trying to get money before they actually release the game, and who knows if they'll actually release it as a free-to-play game or not. Now that they've made people pay for the beta, are they going to change their whole thing and be like, oh, we're going to charge you $50 for this game now?
Okay. Let's continue with their plan to have free-to-play.
Okay.
Let's go with this, because that's what their press releases have said.
Okay.
How do you feel about a paid beta that has a game with a paywall?
I don't know if I know what that means.
Oh, you do. You don't like them.
Oh, pay to play? Or pay to win?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I don't even want to get started on that.
So, to give you some of the information that I found, I ended up on Reddit for Fortnite earlier this week or whatever, and I was reading through the forums and seeing a lot of discussion, about it being a paid beta, but that was actually not the primary discussion. Everyone pretty much agrees it's a fun game, they like the challenges that are present, and of course the playing with friends, the co-op play. However, once they hit that paywall, the feeling of needing to make progress, that is where things change. The best example that I personally saw was some guy who, of course, has the worst name ever on Reddit, Sort of a Virgin.
Oh my gosh.
He actually provided a really succinct explanation that summed up some of these, literal, 2-page things that I was reading. So, Sort of a Virgin from Reddit Here's his quote or her quote or their quote, whatever. Imagine playing World of Warcraft where after level 50, loot no longer drops.
Oh, wow.
Sure, you can do raids, but you don't get anything for doing them. If you want level 50 plus loot, you have to buy chests, which you can open to get random loot. You might ask yourself, why would I do raids if they don't drop loot? And why would I even want to buy loot to do raids if it just means I'll progress to the next tier of raids where I will have to buy more loot to pass those? That's the fundamental problem in Fortnite. So what's even worse is their loot boxes, which they call llamas, from what I gather, which is adorable, by the way. It's a piñata, but they look like llamas, so people started calling them llamas.
I think I did see those in the stream I was watching.
Yeah. You click on your llama, and you open your llama, and you have to pray to RNGesus that you even get anything good. Just like Overwatch and COD, it's RNG. You don't know what you're getting.
Wow.
So, digging into it a little bit further, there are, of course, dissenting opinions that don't feel that the paywall is an issue. They have no issue supporting the game, etc., etc. There's always that group of people that see having a pay-to-play or pay-to-win or whatever you want to call it structure as supporting the developers for continuous development. And there is some truth to that, but when you're talking about $40 to $60 to purchase a game because it's a beta, and even in the beta stages, it's not a fully open game.
Right.
That kind of bothers me. You do collect the llamas or piñatas or whatever throughout the game, but it starts to taper the higher the level you get. And I think they call their levels powers, which is kind of important as well. They say that the gate isn't there or they don't have a problem with it. It would appear that the gate is showing up at different points based on how the person is playing. So if you're a solo player, it appears to be hitting way earlier because you do need more stuff to succeed as a solo player in a multiplayer designed game. And it looks like that's happening around level or power 20. And for the people that are playing in a full group, not a small group, a full group, it's coming around power 50 or so. It's just later in the game. I actually have a really big issue with this. I hate games that require me to purchase something to make any progress in the game.
Right, yeah, I don't like games like that either.
Like Overwatch, you get loot boxes. You actually get quite a few of them, but the loot boxes don't mean jack. Oh, you get a spray paint. Oh, you get a new skin. Oh, you get a new saying. But that doesn't affect the gameplay.
Right.
Like, you're talking about having to buy these llamas. I don't even know how much they cost, to be honest. But, like, it doesn't matter. If I'm going to drop $40 on a game, I darn well do not want to be paying to even be able to make progress in it. There shouldn't be a paywall.
No, not at all.
I don't know.
Paywalls are crazy.
It makes me very angry because there's another guy that was in a similar position that I could have been in. He got a bunch of his friends to buy this game. Not a bunch, like 3, but still. And he felt so bad, he paid them what they paid for the game.
Wow.
They all like the game, but they're just not going to sit there and, like, deal with this ungodly grind when it doesn't appear to have any more llamas dropping at the stage that they're in. It literally seems like you have to purchase the loot boxes.
Yeah, that's... I don't know, it kind of reminds me, like in CSGO, you can get, I haven't played a whole lot of that game either, which is another thing that I've been wanting to get around to, and I just haven't. But you get, I can't think of what they're called. Oh, they're called, like, chroma boxes or something like that. But in order to open them, you have to buy a key to open them. Yeah, so you get the box, and you're, like, all hyped. Because I didn't know that you had to buy the key. I was, like, super excited. I'm like, oh, I might be able to get some skins. Go to open my box, and it says, you need to go buy a key. So you have to go to Steam and buy keys to open them. And they're, like, I don't know, I can't remember. They're either $2 or, like, $4 a key. I can't remember. But, I mean...
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and it's just like, there's a chance that you might get something cool in it. You're not guaranteed to get something cool in it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. Paid, like, this is why I don't like mobile games.
Yeah.
I have more acceptance of pay to play when it comes to, because I don't want to say this is pay to win, because I am sure you can sit there and grind and grind and grind, but your statistical probability of getting a llama is like nerfed to hell. At some point as you're leveling, I'm sure you can get past that wall at some point, manually or through other ways, but if it's this bad that so many people are apparently complaining about it, it either detracts from the actual gameplay or just makes the gameplay boring.
Right.
One of the two. And that makes me less interested in playing. And that upsets me because this was a game I was very excited about. A lot of people feel like it's the developer being greedy, but then you have people that are like, it's not the developer, it's the investors, the stakeholders that have invested in wanting to ensure like they get their money back or more. Because let's be honest, they do want more. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully it changes by the time they go to re-release the game.
Hopefully it does. Like, I understand that they need to make money somehow, but like, take the Overwatch model. It works for Overwatch and many other games. People are more than happy to pay for skins.
Right.
League of Legends is a free game. It's got a huge player base, and oh my god, do people spend money on skins for characters? Skins for wards that you lay down so that you can see parts of the map? You buy skins for a ward that dies.
That's crazy.
Yeah, whatever. My husband is obsessed with the game. I used to play it a lot. I used to be really good at it. I suck at it now. And the community is horrific. But
Sorry, I just had a moment.
what was your moment?
I got a notification from Twitter. It was a tweet from Mike, the other singer from Linkin Park. Yeah, he tweeted. He finally put a tweet out. Seems like every 2 days he kind of tweets something. Just like usually it's like a retweet or like something like just small. Like he just did. Hold on. Shoot. Where'd it go? He said, 1 week. Feels like forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he said. Sorry.
He lost a very good friend.
Yeah. Oh, and then now he just tweeted another thing that said, if you're having suicidal thoughts, we urge you to go here. And they set up a whole page on their website that has organizations and numbers and stuff like that.
That's great. We need more suicide awareness in general.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There's a really great organization. I forget what it's called. That's awesome. Give me a second, I can tell you. Out of the Darkness. They're a suicide prevention awareness group, and they do walks throughout the country. You can go to their website and look it up and see if there's a walk that's near you. I did one in Texas. I didn't look this year, or this past year, to do a walk for my brother. But I probably will do one this school year. Yeah.
Sorry, well that took a turn. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt our little gaming talk. I just got distracted because I got my phone flashed and I looked down and it was a notification from Twitter.
No, it's good. Losing somebody that you care about, whether, no offense, you know them in person or not, is really, really hard. Because, people have impact on your life, and it means something to you. There's a way to, find an event. I'm an idiot. I'm, scrolling up and down the page, I can't find anything. LMNO, IO. Columbus, Ohio. They have one, at Alum Creek State Park on 9/24. The fuck? Are you still there?
Yes.
That was weird. Skype made noises. So you can, like, if you raise $150, which I just donated $150 when I did it, you get a t-shirt to wear for the day. It's a really expensive t-shirt.
Right. But, I mean, it goes to a good cause, so.
It does. And you can either do it yourself or you can raise money. I think there's, like, a $20, $25 registration fee or something. So that's all of the news that I wanted to talk about. The Fortnite thing really bothers me, and like WoW's got a lot of small changes going on to help better tune the fights and whatnot. I'm going to transition to Loren now. She's going to tell us about her news for the games that she's been playing or enjoys to play.
There's not really a whole lot going on here with 7 Days to Die. Alpha 16, which is the new... Well, I guess it's actually 16.1. I believe, is what we're in now, but it's been out for a couple weeks now, so most people that have played this game, they already know all about it. So I'm just going to kind of hit on what my favorite things are in this new update, and then there's a few things that I dislike. They improved, like, the overall look of the game, the textures and stuff like that. Now, if you're, like, standing there, you can look out... like, into the horizon, and you can, like, see the mountains and buildings way out in the distance and stuff, which is something you couldn't really do before. Before, everything was just kind of a blur. So, the new graphics are pretty awesome. What else do we have here?
Yeah, it looked, I don't know, for some reason when you were telling me about 7 Days to Die, I thought it was, like, not a cartoon, but, like, not realistic graphics, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty realistic. I mean, they're getting better. Is the thing, like...
Yeah, they are. Like, I just saw a couple screenshots, and I was like, oh, wow.
Let's see. To go along with those graphics, they also added some new structures. The one big one would be the new skyscrapers. Those are super fun. It's just really fun to loot those kind of places and do scavenging in them, because the building's so massive that it takes a while to actually go through and scavenge all of it. And there's actually one building, I can't remember what the name of it is, but Chris was showing me it yesterday. And it's just this, like, massive building that's got all these little nooks and crannies. And the guy he was watching on YouTube, it took him 3 in-game days to loot the whole building.
Holy
yeah,
crap.
So it's kind of crazy. But it's awesome. It just makes the game super fun. And it never really gets old, because there's always something new you can be doing, especially with all the updates that they do to it. We've also got... They added electricity to the game, which the biggest thing with that is they also added turrets and blade traps for, like, to put around the outskirts of your base. That helps big time with Horde Night. The blade traps and stuff are pretty cool, but they do kind of make the game a little bit laggy sometimes. So hopefully they're going to fix that.
Oh.
They did say that they're working on a RAM issue. I guess it's like the game's just overloading RAM on the computers and stuff, and that might be one of the reasons why the game's laggy.
I'm sure that'll be a really quick fix for them. Like, not necessarily in, like, processing, but getting them out.
They're testing it right now, actually. I saw a tweet from them yesterday, and they had, like, a screenshot where they're just trying to do optimizations to it to decrease the RAM usage, which should help with the lagginess, especially during Horde Night. Horde Night gets so laggy when you get cops and stuff. And actually, Chris was playing on a server, and his lag night, his Horde, his lag night, his Horde Night was so laggy that he couldn't even shoot his gun. He was just sitting there like, okay, I can't do anything. It was crazy. And then they added some cool new animals to the game. The biggest one, I think, that everybody really is liking are the wolves. They're pretty vicious. I've been killed a couple times on my solo game from this one wolf killed me like 3 times because I kept trying to go back to pick up my backpack. Because all my stuff,
I just want my stuff.
All my stuff was in it, and the wolf was like stalking my backpack. It was so annoying, but I finally killed him. But there's also another version of a wolf called a dire wolf, and it's twice the size of a regular wolf. I could be exaggerating, but it's pretty big, and they're like super aggressive, and I don't even want to deal with those. I saw one the other day, and I just turned around and went the other way. But with these animals, like they added all the new ones and stuff, but the frequency of seeing animals has decreased. So now that affects your hunting and you getting food. So that's we're all complaining about that. Is animals are kind of scarce and you don't see them that often.
Well, yeah, you need food to survive.
And I think from the sounds of it, that's a spawning issue, like in the coding somewhere, because somebody was saying that when they like open up the console commands and stuff, they can spawn their own in, and they were looking through it and they saw that there's like an algorithm to it, and it's like messed up. So I don't know all that, like the technical stuff about it, but that's what I heard.
That happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's frustrating because it makes the game like significantly more difficult for everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still find food and stuff when you loot. And you can make things, like, you can cook yourself some blueberry pie and eat that. I mean, I'm serious, so blueberry pie. And cornbread and stuff like that. Like, you can still eat, but it's just frustrating because meat fills you up so much more in the game. We've also got... Okay, I guess these are some things that I didn't like about this new update. During Horde Night, let me start from the beginning here. Okay, so when you cut down trees, you get seeds most of the time, and you can plant your own trees. So then you have like an infinite number of wood. You can just keep chopping your trees down, and then it'll regrow. So people build tree farms. Well, the tree farms have been lagging out Horde Night if they have the tree farm too close to their house. Or to their base.
What?
Yeah, if the tree farm's too close to your base and the trees are fully grown,
it causes lag.
It like lags out the Horde Night somehow. So they need to fix that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yes. There was also a farming glitch with people, like they would plant their crops and stuff in their farm, and every time they would pick up a crop, it would cause like a 10-second delay, and people couldn't do anything on their servers and stuff. So if you went through and just picked up all your crops, that's 10 seconds per one that you picked up. So that like lagged out the game big time, but they fixed it.
Wait! It was taking 10 seconds to pick up?
No, it was it basically lagged out the server for 10 seconds.
Oh,
and you couldn't do anything. Yeah, you couldn't do anything. But that was 10 seconds for every piece of like corn or whatever. It's 10 seconds for each one you picked up. So if you picked up like 50 of them, that's 10 seconds per 50 or per one. So it's like, what, that's 500
up, like
seconds.
Wasting time.
That's 500 seconds that you're like, can't do anything.
Which is junk.
Yeah, but they did fix that. It still does it if you have like massive farms, but I guess if you do like 8x8 little plots,
it's able to handle it a little
it's
better.
Fine. So that's cool. At least the farming's fixed for the most part. And they also took out a perk that everybody loved. It was called Run Forest Run. And it basically...
Oh, that's cute.
It basically affected your stamina. Well, they took that out, and the stamina is like a real issue now in the game. Like, you run out of stamina super quick, and then you can't run.
So your escape's gone.
Yeah, but you can drink coffee or beer, and you get 2.5 minutes of stamina.
Okay, the beer one's kind of weird. Coffee makes sense.
It's funny, though. But, yeah, so, I mean, that's a way around that. Maybe they'll add Run Forest Run back in the next update, who knows? Or maybe they'll do something different. But that's pretty much it for 7 Days to Die. Like I said, the Alpha 16's been out for a while now, so I didn't want to talk a whole lot on it, because people have probably played it already. But let's go to some more current news here. As you know, I'm a Call of Duty fan.
Yeah.
And War II, Call of Duty World War II, which is going to be Sledgehammer's next installment of the Call of Duty series.
And you're hoping it revives it and brings it back to
Yes,
being?
because it's going to be a boots-on-the-ground Call of Duty, no more stupid jetpacks. But it will be coming out in November, and they actually just released a little bit of information on the multiplayer. I actually found this out just before we started recording tonight, so it gives me a little more to talk about. Looks like they're going to have 5 different, like, basic weapon classes, and they're calling them divisions, which is just a fancy word for weapon class, I guess. And they did leak some details about these divisions. We've got the armored division, which is for, like, the LMG type classes.
What's LMG?
Light machine gun.
I do.
You're welcome.
I don't play COD. I am awful at first-person shooters.
Okay. And basically that's going to be for the type of players that like to sit back and kind of lay down fire. The campers. I mean...
Oh, the one nobody likes?
The people that like to just sit back and lay down fire to protect their teammates camping. But then we've also got the Mountain Division, which is going to be for your sniper type classes. And that's going to be obviously for the people who like to kind of stay on the outskirts of the map and be kind of stealthy.
Yeah.
We've got the air...
That's my preferred playstyle, but I'm awful at it. Headshot saving life.
We've also got the Airborne Division, which is... This is going to be my class, I'm sure. This is the submachine gun type classes, and it's for those of us who like to run and gun and just wreak havoc all over the map. That's probably where I'll be at most of the time. And then we've got the... Hold on, this is a big word. The Expeditionary Division. That is going to be for the shotgun explosive type classes, which are people that everybody hates. Those are the type of people who will run around with a shotgun and some explosives and just, basically piss people off. And we've got the Infantry Division. And that's going to be like your assault rifle type classes, and that's for people who like to have medium to long range gunfights with the occasional up close combat. That's probably going to be like my secondary type class. But all 5 of these divisions will be available in the beta, which I guess is going to be coming out next month. I actually just looked something up on that. Let's see. They gave some dates here. There's a private beta that's going to be only for PS4 users, and I think it was like an invite-only type thing.
Did you sign up for it?
No. I think it was like... I don't know. I feel like it was only for special people, like YouTubers and stuff like that. But that begins on Friday, August 25th, and it ends on Monday, August 28th. And then there's going to be basically an open console beta, which will probably work like last year's beta, where as long as you pre-order the game, you'll be able to do the beta. And that begins on Friday, September 1st, and ends on Monday, September 4th. So that's something to look forward to. They did say that there's probably going to be a PC beta at some point. When it comes to COD, PC always kind of gets the crap.
It's last.
Yeah, it gets like the crap end of the stick. The crap end of the stick. But they said that there probably will be a PC beta, but they don't have any dates on there yet for that. So that's some stuff to look forward to for me.
Yay.
I'm kind of excited.
That's exciting. That's the one thing I don't love about console games, is a lot of them, when they get switched over to PC, it's like an afterthought. Because I'm primarily a PC gamer, and like the controls will be really weird sometimes.
Well, see, here's the funny thing. Call of Duty actually started out as a PC game. And over the years, it became more and more popular on console. And then it became so popular on console that PC kind of ended up on the back burner when it came to the developers.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if that's not where your market share is, why bother spending the money there? It's expensive.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for me here. Like I said, I've only got the 2 updates today. Hopefully next time I'll have some more for you guys.
We had so much more last week. It just didn't save.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. I'm so mad still.
I am too. Alright. So we'd love to know what you think about these topics. Do you have anything else that you want us to talk about? What's going on in your world of gaming? Let us know. The more that we are exposed to, the more that we can expose our readership or listenership, I guess, too. You can send us an email, contact us on our social medias, or leave a comment down below. All links are provided in the show notes, of course.
In the future, we'd love to have like a segment that would go in this spot for our communities / listeners. Basically, it'd be somewhere that you guys could leave us questions, comments, or give us feedback, and then we could kind of respond to that in this section. Basically, just a way for us to interact with you guys. If you want to participate in that, you can get in touch with us or via email. Contact us on our social media or leave us a comment below. Again, the links are going to be in the description below.
Alright, thank you for listening to The Gamer's Guide to the Universe, Episode 1. Be sure to visit our YouTube comments section to join in on our conversation and access the show notes. If you enjoyed our show, please remember to click that thumbs up button and share if you'd like. And of course, subscribe so that you never miss an episode. So we understand that this episode may have been a little rough around the edges. It's our first real episode. There's some things we still need to work out, like the ums and the transitions between segments and kind of fine-tuning what we'd like to speak about each week. It's a work in progress, just like every other podcast, TV show, everything ever had to start out as. We really hope that you can see that through these rough edges, we really want to provide quality content for you on your commute, home, or whatever to get you ready to play the games that you enjoy playing for the weekend. Our goal is to keep you abreast of all new gaming information that is coming out. That also is information that we enjoy. We want to kind of have that common niche together. We understand that we're covering a lot of different types of games, but that's because not everybody plays one type of game, and it's kind of nice to hear other perspectives. I'm a PC gamer. Loren's a console gamer who's beginning to get into PC gaming.
It's about to be on.
It's about to be on. It's about to get lit up in here. I don't even know if that's a thing that people say anymore, but
showing our age.
I'm an adult. I have an Xbox. I could technically get into it. I'm terrible at console games unless it's like Viva Pinata. Which I really love that game. Oh, and there's another one. It's that's on the Nintendo though. What's that game called? I can't remember it, but it's also on like the Nintendo DS, and you're like a little like animal villager, and you like take care of.
I know what you're talking about, but like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
Well, I don't even know why I know the name of that game. I've never played it in my life. That's terrible.
I love that game. I'm a nerd. But anyway, we hope that through all of these rough spots that you can see a shining light of what we want this podcast to become. We're putting this episode up because one of our episodes has to be our first episode, so why not this one? It's better to be started than to not start at all. Again, we thank you for listening, and we hope that you enjoyed it. Any constructive feedback is welcome. Thank you.
Thanks.